Good evening. This is your host, Don Armando, and this is another Mozart Sleazy Street. He's been doing this for a long time. Even when his brother, rest in peace, Francisco, when he was doing promotion for Dark Shades. So shout out to Mozart Sleazy Street. Mi Dominicano.
Us.
Us. How you doing?
I've had a hectic week, but I feel very much alive and positive.
I hear you.
Quick shout out,
Got a hectic week.
like always, to the listeners, commentators, followers, people that share the show. People that talk about the show when we're done and all that good stuff. Like
Exactly.
always a big blessing to San Pedro de Macorís. Without San Pedro de
Yes.
Macorís, we wouldn't be here right now.
That's true.
Pretty much. I know that's true on my end. You know,
Yeah, that's true on my end too. Even though I was born in the States, you gotta thank God for that that both of our parents came from San Pedro de Macorís.
at least one of them did in my end.
Well, I'll say my one in my end, two in my end actually.
Well, at least one in my end. But I'm just happy that God gave me the privilege of living in the land and understanding it better than most people. Because I
Yeah,
know people in San Pedro that they only know their barrio. They only know the 4 or 5 blocks, where their house is from. From
right.
there to the supermarket, from there to the Malecón, and then back. They don't know any other barrios. They don't know any other boroughs. They ain't never go anywhere else in DR, yet alone anywhere else in the world.
Exactly.
I was able to experience San Pedro as a whole, from the beginning of the beach to the end of the beach. It's
Yes.
crazy.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a nice little juicy presentation for us today.
All right.
In accordance for what we were talking about last week. But instead of 10 in-home safety gadgets, this week we're gonna talk about 5 pepper guns, pepper spray
All right.
launchers, if you will. And we're gonna be using these items to talk about, what they're good for, pros and cons, if they're budget friendly or not. You
All
know,
right.
um, the last one out of the 5 is the cheapest one,
Okay.
but they all work in different avenues and venues. Some of them, in my investigation of
All
discovery,
right.
I found out that some of these pepper guns can blast pepper ball sprays, paintball sprays, plastic, and metal. So that's very interesting.
Wow.
Some guns can't do that, or launchers. You know, um, some launchers can't do that,
Okay.
but some can, and that's interesting because it would be nice every now and again to rotate, the magazine. Probably hit them with one pepper, rotate to the aluminums or the plastic ones, pop, pop, pop. You know, have them run for their life.
Exactly.
And when those pepper ball break, that they expose the gas in it, you know, it's up to 6 feet of pepper spray gas. And it's all over your skin, all over your eyes, your ears. It's just very uncomfortable. And then there's other ones that also have the privilege of doing powder spray, which could be different. Some powders have pepper in it, some have sugar, some have salt. Um, Imagine pepper, not a pepper spray. Imagine a powder ball that explodes and it's lemonade. You know what I'm saying? Dry lemonade, instant dry lemonade.
Yeah.
That instant dry lemonade falls in your eyes, bro, and you're breathing that in.
Wow.
You don't want to live no more after that. Forget about robbing nobody. You
You
want
don't.
to run to the hospital to live.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna we're gonna hit that presentation in a few.
Exactly.
But before that, let's talk about weekly testimony. I haven't heard from you since Saturday, I think. So I just wanted to see what's up with you, how you've been doing, how's the family.
Yeah,
Yo,
I've been doing good. I'm just getting ready, just paying the bills and everything like that. So, I've just been, kind of busy on my own and everything like that. So, I'm just on the silent tip, but I know that this Saturday I'm gonna be heading to New York to for my for a party. The reason why I'm saying a party because I don't want to let the cat out of the bag because it's a party for somebody that I love and respect.
copy,
So I can't really say that because they don't know that the party's happening.
copy.
So yeah,
That's cool. That's cool. I have um I have an
hmm
event tomorrow. I have a bounce house event tomorrow. Um
oh nice,
yeah, ever since that last job decided to dub me, um and I dubbed them back as well because you don't play with a man's money. Um
right,
my ex coworker who was my ex supervisor in a different company, he called me and told me, "Yo, Pete, what you doing?" And I said, "What do you mean what I'm doing? What I'm doing right now, what I'm doing for work." He goes, "Oh yeah, what you doing for work?" I'm like, "Well, I recently hurt my back like a month ago, so I've been chilling, just recovering." He goes,
right.
"Listen, recover quickly because I just opened up a bounce house company and I need you to be my manager."
You see,
I
you
was like,
got works
"Hey,"
and good.
I'm like, "That's
Yep.
beautiful, man."
hmm
People close the door on you and God just opens 10 more. Like, all right,
Exactly.
like, let's work this out.
Yep.
So, as a manager, obviously, I'm not going to be getting paid like a worker or being exposed to situations like how I was in my last job where I ended up hurting my back. Even though the
Right.
owner of the company he knew my recommendations because I came recommended by my old boss to him. And when we had our interview for
Yeah.
work, he said that he was going to hire me as a manager and had me working as a worker for like 2 weeks.
Right.
He had me grilling hamburgers and hot dogs like a maniac. I did an event where I cooked 300 hamburgers and 300 hot dogs. I'm like, what is this? He said, "Oh, I
Oh,
need you to be my grill master for
like
today." I said, I'm like, bro, I could grill master
oh,
any day, but I'm a safety chaplain. My job is to be around the equipment so that the kids don't get hurt. Like I'm certified through the
yeah.
state for that. He's gonna tell me, well,
Right.
um, I don't need you for that right now. What I need you is for this. I'm like, that's weird. That's not what our interview was about. When you interviewed me for work, you never said anything about, treating me like a common level worker. Like he was really treating me at a ground level entry, like if I was brand newbie into this. And I had to tell him about himself. I'm like, my man, honestly, I've been doing this for 14 years. You're very condescending. Like you really think your word is law. What you say is law. You think you're God for some reason. It doesn't
Yeah.
work like that with everyone. You know, I'm not the one to complain, and I'm not the one to just fuss about certain
Especially
things. But when people start breaking character or breaking character of what common sense is, I don't like it. And
right.
one time he told me, "Oh, Pete, I'm having serious doubts that you were a Marine." I said, "Let me tell you something right now. You can say whatever you want, but don't go there. Don't touch my Marine pride, bro. You don't know what I've been through in the Marine Corps. You don't know the blood, sweat, and tears and the pain and the anguish, the mental anguish, the PTSD and all that. Don't go there." I guess he tried to apologize, but I was already walking because I wasn't gonna stand there and listen to his nonsense. So I walked off. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
what happened, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it is nonsense. Because I'm just gonna say this. It's because you should never go and defame a person that actually served the country, let alone went up and risked it. If a person says, "Oh, I have serious doubts" or anything like that, okay, well, guess what? If you're having serious doubts about a person military service, okay, so why don't you go and call the U.S. government, which I don't think that anybody can. Then you got certain people that they actually participate in stolen valor and everything like that. And me personally, I don't believe that's a good role to play with or anything, because at the end of the day, if you have valor and stuff, you're making all the people that actually fought for your freedoms look bad. So right there, I actually agree with you, because I actually have friends who are serving in the armed forces right now. Yo, Pete, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, brother. I was just trying to get some headphones on because everything sounds low. I'm guessing it's the
Yeah.
volume. Maybe with headphones it'll sound a little better. What device did I plug in? Headphones, yes. Okay, now headphones kicking in.
All right.
All right. Let's raise the volume on that. All right. Speak. Yo.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh man, now it's super loud. Hold on.
Yeah, maybe it's the microphone in mine. I don't know.
Now it's super loud. I'm like, oh
All
no.
right. Yeah.
Let me take these headphones back out because it got super loud. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go without the headphones because with the headphones you sound like you're speaking right into my head. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, I'm like, nah, only
Yeah,
God
man,
has
it does
authority to do that.
sometimes.
Chill.
Yeah.
Sounded like you were talking to me telepathically, like, hey, what's up, bro? I'm like, hey, yo, talking to me right to my head.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
I know.
So I got some studio headphones that I use to make beats. And I plugged those in right now.
All
You know,
right.
just so that I can hear you better. Bro, it sounded like you were talking directly into my head. I was like, wow, these studio headphones don't play.
Yeah. The blue microphones, yo, they're a trip. I was like, I was talking to one of the guys that he actually has like his own YouTube, and he talks about weird stories and everything. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, so what Mark? So I went up on his Discord. I was like, what mic do you actually use when you actually talking to people? He was like, hey, I just got a blue mic. I was like, blue mic. So
Little
I went
snowball,
to
snowflake.
Amazon. I got me this, and
Okay.
whenever,
I'm
yeah,
listening.
yeah. So when I got the blue mic, I was like, yo, the sound is better and everything like that. Whenever I use this, I'm thinking about investing in another one soon. Whenever I make my basement studio soon and everything.
I used to like the snowball and or snowflake condenser recorder mic because it was a
Yeah,
small mic that you could easily fit behind a protector and the clarity is so crazy. Like you could really talk 15 feet away from that mic, and because it's a condenser, it's catching your voice clearly like nothing, and that's amazing for me.
yeah,
That is amazing.
yep. Mm.
Yep.
Quick question, Pete.
Yes, sir.
I was thinking this is what I'm thinking. Whenever, this week I'm going to be bugged. But whenever I go back to New York, and you and I we link up, I
Yeah,
think, and I know that you're more of a beat maker than I am. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we could actually start a new genre. Well, I have to talk to you about it. You know what I'm saying?
a new genre.
Yeah. Well, or subgenre or something like that in rap. But you know how rap has all these genres right now.
It sounds
So
interesting.
uh,
I just never
you and
thought
I,
another genre could
we
come
actually
out of
have to
rap.
have.
I never thought in my mind that another type of
Yeah.
genre of rap could come out because they already done exploited rap to the extent. There's literally 23 different types of rap styles, and every type of rap style has turned into a genre to the point where
Yeah.
it's not like back in the 80s where everyone had their own style of rap. No. Now it's everybody's doing the same exact thing because that's what the genre wants you to do. That's what they expect from you from this certain genre.
Right.
You have to sound like this. You have to rhyme like that. The beat has to sound the same. I don't understand that.
Yeah. It's like right now, right? The reason why I'm thinking is like is because of that, because we having a lot of people that they have their genres or whatsoever, or they have their set genres. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe we could make a new genre or something like that. So since you know mostly about production more than I do, we could actually talk about the idea of what we could do to make a type of genre that nobody has ever heard of. I got it in my mind, but then since I don't produce, maybe we could actually we could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So we got to talk about that behind the scenes.
My bad, my mic was off. But yeah, that's cool. We could definitely do that, because I definitely have an ear for music. So if it's something that you're trying to mix a blend of certain things, then yeah, I can see how I can pitch in because I'm one thing I'm known for, or what they used to call me the king of transitions. And a transition means what happens in between. All right. Like my in between effects of putting sound effects in between transitions so that nothing sounds like it's disconnected. Transitioning a flow from fast to slow by, adjusting pitch or adjusting tone, things like that. Like I've learned to master that through FL Studio, and I've learned to master that live while DJing. So yeah, I'm interested. It's just that I've seen so many different types of genres of rap that I thought that there couldn't be anything else. But if you have the creativity of something new, I have no problem putting my two senses together so we could figure something out. Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, I thought I thought it was like, all right. So I'm here. Senpai presents home safety and security gadgets for a safer home. Next slide.
Right, and that's just as an ongoing. This is obviously part one of home safety and whatnot, and I want to talk about these five pepper spray, pepper ball ammo type guns, launchers, if you will, and the different qualities that they have. I when I discovered this part of the studio that you could present slides and presentations, I'm like, all right, might as well start doing it.
Right.
So here we go. We got 5 pepper spray ball ammo type guns and or launchers.
Yep.
Right. Number 1, we have the Gavel pepper spray launcher. That is the link in the middle, so you can see the things that they have. The prices that I put on these slides are not necessarily the prices of the item of the gun itself or the launcher, excuse me, but um, the prices that I'm adding to the description of the presentation is the price of affording and buying the launcher and a safety kit. Not a safety kit, a starter kit, so that you have more than just one thing. Because some items you buy and it's just the launcher and you don't have any ammunition. With this, with the 650, you get a safety box. Let me tell you something about safety boxes. A lot of people tend to oversee. A safety box is important. One of the main reasons a safety box is important, it keeps whatever toy, launcher, and or gun safely away from children so that they don't end up hurting themselves, hurting someone else in the family, or even hurting you. All right. So this launcher specifically comes with a safety box, and it comes with 2 types of ammo. One being the pepper spray balls, and the other one being the metal balls. I don't know exactly the caliber to this launcher, but it might be in the description of the specs that should be on the next few slides. Give me 1 second. I need to blow my nose. If you want, brother, you can go to the next slide.
Gotcha. All right, I will. Yeah. Shout out to Irby.
Irby Fado, how you doing, brother? So this is the visual of the gravel of the Gimberg, and as you can see by the balls that are blue and white, those are the pepper balls, and the darker ones, those are the metal balls. All right. The cartridges that are in the middle, that's silver and black, those are the CO2 cartridges. And this specific type of launcher doesn't have magazines or barrels. So you, through the bottom, you add the CO2 cartridge, you tighten it in, and through the top, you add the pepper balls and or the aluminum or metal that you want to use. It can charge up to 7. This is the presentation of it, of what it looks like. And then on the next slide is the specs of how far it shoots and the efficiency of what it does. Go to the next scene, next screen. We got, bam, description. Right, this version of the gavel, excuse me, has slide cuts and
All right.
optic cuts. And what that means is, because this is the 1.5 version. The first version was slightly bigger and it was heavier. So this one, the slide, which is the barrel, the sliding the barrel backwards, they shortened it a little, and they also shortened the optics of the inside, so it's lighter. It has
Right.
it has an added grip, stripling, so that it doesn't slip out of your hand when you're shooting, and the puncture value sits higher, so the CO2 is more tucked into the grip. So
Right.
the CO2 cartridge is really tucked into the grip, which gives the launcher itself more power to shoot what it's shooting.
Right.
Now, for this launcher, that's slightly expensive. This launcher has capabilities of shooting metal, plastic, rubber, aluminum, pepper spray balls, and paintballs. That is a lot of variation.
Wow.
That you can really switch it up, And I know that those pepper balls don't play. You only really need one round of those. One round of pepper
One
ball.
round?
Switch up the magazine to the plastic ones, maybe a metal one. People will understand that you mean business to not get close.
Right. I mean, sure. We need that.
This launcher tool is not for concealed carry, meaning it's not for you to just carry around. It's for in-home safety. It falls under the right to bear arms, but it falls under the right for home safety, not necessarily legal concealed carry, walking around with it in the street. But there are other ones on the list that you can definitely carry with you. As we go on, I'll let you know about that.
All right.
Yeah. What do you think about this launcher so far?
I think this launcher is great.
I mean, it's not playing. 36 joules. Joules is a way of measuring force and velocity. And 36 joules is the equivalent of someone grabbing a small rock and throwing it at you, like if they were a baseball star, a pitcher. Right? 36 joules is almost like 70 miles per hour. You get hit with a rock at 70 miles per hour, you're gonna be on the floor struggling in pain because it hurts. It hurts bad. So I could imagine getting hit with a pink ball or a metal ball at 36 joules. Ouch. Big ouch. That's like, yeah, I'm good. I don't think I want to participate no more in whatever it is that was going on.
Yep.
For real. All right. So we have that. And now we're going to move on to the Saber. The Saber pepper spray self-defense launcher pack. The Saber you could actually walk around with. You could it's legal for concealed carry. It's legal for on the road. It's a legal tool for you to have on your boat. It's a legal tool for you to have in your car. A lot of people don't understand that the right to bear arms are subject to bylaws. Like there's certain bylaws that say that you can't have a 45 caliber on a boat because you'll sink your own boat. There's bylaws. Yeah, there's bylaws that say that you can't have, let's say, a pepper ball launcher on a boat because when you're in the open air, you don't know where the air is going. You could end up throwing it and it ends up hitting you. I'm saying, so that's a safety hazard. But like I said, this one you're allowed to carry with you on a boat, the car, on your person, in the home. The link description, I did a tiny URL. You can go to tinyurl.com/Senpai Pete. And this is the Amazon page to where you can find this pepper spray launcher. Like I said, the price that I always put on the slide is not the price of the actual launcher itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hello? LP, you there?
Or something, and then you don't shoot, it's not looking good for you.
Got you.
So this saber at $433.37, this kit includes 21 pepper balls, 14 practice plastic rounds, and 44 CO2 cartridges. That's very good.
Mm.
That's very good. 44 CO2
Yeah.
cartridges means that you could last in a paint war, in a paintball war for like 3 days, maybe 4. It's a lot of CO2. It's a lot
Yeah.
of ammo that you can disperse. Right? And then the visual of this pepper spray self-defense launcher is this right here. Right? As you can see, it looks like a common flare gun. It looks like a regular bolt flare gun. Right? And
Yikes.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It has a safety. Not that you need it.
Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't have your finger in the trigger if you're not going to use it. So there should be no need for it to have a safety, but there probably is a safety on it somewhere. This is the starter kit completely together, cut and pasted and put together. So as you can see, it's a bunch of CO2 cartridges together, and the orange and black ammo balls are pepper spray, while the white and yellow ones are just regular powder. So this type of saber can shoot powder balls, pepper balls, and I would say plastic balls. I wouldn't trust it so much for metal or paintball. You know, it might explode inside the mechanism, and then you can't use it. What's the purpose of wasting money on something that you're going to damage yourself and then you can't use? Yeah, this one though,
Exactly.
to the other one, has a magazine. It has a barrel. Has a barrel magazine situation here. And in this magazine, you know, you can add up to 7 rounds of ammo. And in the front of the magazine is where you put your CO2 cartridge. So that way the ammo and the cartridge are together. And that way you could just use your launcher in one shot quickly. You don't have to worry about, you know, cocking it back or none of that. It's automatic. The air takes over and it's gone. It's out. All right. And these are some of the specs. These are some of the specs to it. You know, safety at a distance. The SL7 is accurate up to 66 feet with projectiles that break upon impact up to 175 feet away. That's good. That's very good. In addition to the intense pain caused on impact, the loud deployment sound can also startle and discourage intruders. In other words, when it shoots, it sounds like a real gun, to the point where people think that they're getting shot with a real gun, and it's going to disturb the neighbors. They're going to call the police because they think that a real gun is being shot, which will work on your favor. Why? Because, like I said, you're looking to keep your home safe. Nothing says stay away from my home. The neighbors calling cops and the cops appearing out of nowhere and they're trying to rob the house. When they see those lights, they're going to run. You know, but when they feel this, you know, they're going to run anyway because it's not hitting soft. It's hitting pretty hard. All right. And dispersed upon impact, a 6-foot wide pepper cloud can cause severe burning sensitivity to the facial area, involuntary eye disclosure, coughing, and allowing the greater chances of escape in a dangerous situation. So, perpetrator tries to get at you, and you hit them with this pepper spray bomb, and they're engulfed in a 6-foot cloud of anti-kumbaya. Like, they are in pain right now. It's hard to breathe. It's hard to look. Everything burns. It's sizzling. That's it's pretty convenient for the person so that they don't have to worry about, obviously they don't have to worry about the pepper cloud because they were far enough, to shoot it. But if in case you're not far enough, at least you know that you have 6 feet of distance. If you have to hit somebody with one of those and you're less than 6 feet away, make sure you hit and run. So when it disperses, it doesn't catch you too. Because if you get caught up in that mix of that cloud, you're going to be just as disabled as the person you just hit with it. Wow. Pretty much. So far, any questions?
Yeah. Like, go ahead. One question I gotta say. The first and the second one is very interesting. And you say that, and you were telling like if a person were to have kids and everything like that, that they should actually have this away, so therefore it won't be in the kid's reach, right?
Right.
I mean the first product. All right. So with these two products, and they're talking about home safety and everything like that. Like, what tips can we actually do? I'm just talking for the people who are parents around here. So therefore, we could actually child-proof these devices. So therefore, there won't be accidents where a child will be harmed or anything like that.
I mean, the best safety advice I could give you as far as where to put this tool at, everyone, no, not everyone, but most people have bookshelves and bookcases. If you have a bookshelf in your living room that obviously a child can't reach up to, you could put it right on top, and cover it with something. You know that it's there. If you need it, just run to it, grab, and go. There's no need to chamber anything. So there's no waste of seconds. As soon as you grab it, it's good to go. You go online and offline and it's done.
Right.
That's the beauty of these type of launchers, that they're not necessarily replicas of guns that require chambering, where you have to cock back the barrel and all that. It's not, none of that is necessary with this. The CO2's pressure takes over as soon as you pull that trigger.
Interesting. All right. Let me see.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
Number
All
three.
Right.
Number three is a smaller version of the last one. It's the Saber Home Defense Pepper Projectile Launcher. Now, it's basically the same thing as the last one, but it's slightly smaller. It's better for in-home use. This one you can also carry with you in the street. Not necessarily good for car and boat, only for the fact that it's more pepper ball use, but you can use aluminum balls. This takes aluminum and paintballs as well. The aluminum, those hurt like crazy. So I guess you could use it in a car, because you definitely don't want to burst no pepper balls while you're inside a car. That's just setting yourself up for the okie doke.
Right.
All right. So the smaller one, I have the tiny URL there.com, Senpai Pete 1. That'll take you to the Amazon page where you can find it. believe it or not, this launcher is very affordable. The 185.34 is the price of the launcher with a starter kit. The kit comes with 7.68 caliber pepper balls, 50.68 caliber aluminum balls, and 16 CO2 cartridges. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for a good price, and very reliable. The trigger to it is slightly heavy, hence child safety. If a child can't pull the trigger, they can't get hurt by any of these tools. So this one has a heavier pin, pull pin, so that it's kind of child safety per se. But like all launchers, they have safety boxes that you can add to that aren't too expensive, especially from the Saber company. Pretty good stuff. Let me show you what it looks like. It looks like this. It is a smaller version of the other one.
All right.
It's a funky little yellow, slight greenish color. The magazine is slightly bigger because the caliber is bigger. So it's funny how the gun is smaller, the launcher is smaller, but the caliber is bigger than the last one. The last one was a .50 caliber. This one's a
All right.
.68.
Wow.
At .68, it could be a plastic ball. It hurts. You're not gonna want to do whatever it is that you were planning on doing. It hurts.
Yeah.
And if you get hit with a pepper one, oh my gosh, it's game over. Fight's over. Ding, ding, ding. You're out.
Exactly.
All right. The specs for this are the same specs as the last one, so you can shoot it up to 175 feet. And when the pepper balls explode, they burst a 6-foot cloud of pepper mania.
Interesting.
Got a train passing by.
Yeah, I kind of heard that. At first, I actually thought it was I thought it was in my room, but turns out it's not.
Yeah, I literally live half a block away from the Metro North.
Okay?
Half a block away. So whenever a train comes and goes, I hear it.
Gotcha. Talking about the Metro North, when was the last time you ever been on it? Because I haven't been on it for years.
I'm in Metro North. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago when I went camping up to upstate New York, Poughkeepsie.
All right. Yeah. Matter of fact, it was actually 10 years ago that the last time I took the Metro North. I was actually going to take it, but I ended up taking the Long Island Railroad instead. So
The Long Island Railroad I haven't taken at all.
I mean, I just take that because I think it's just a faster way because I have relatives in Queens, so I just get off at Jamaica and that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any questions on the third launcher?
All right. So the third launcher, right? The question that I'll ask, right, is that I see that everybody has a lot of these for home self defense. So, and what the thing is, though, I'm trying to ask, like, in the scenario, because robber breaking in and everything like that. What is the chance that certain people that may use these And I'm not talking about homeowners. I'm just talking about regular bad people that actually knows about this. What are the chances that certain people with bad intent could actually use this to attack other people? That's what I want to know.
Well, what
Let's
percent?
say, yeah, like if
That's a good
like,
question.
yeah,
That's a good question. I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. But honestly, though, people that have ill intention, that people with ill intention aren't gonna necessarily want to go with something that's less lethal because their dark passenger or whatever demon is possessing them at the moment to cause violence isn't thinking about causing violence that doesn't hurt or causing violence that doesn't bleed. You
all
know,
right,
so in this case, these type of launchers, they're not meant they're not meant per se for violence. Now, mind you, like anything that's launching anything, you don't want to shoot towards the eyes because obviously if it hits the eye can explode. So yeah, that would be very gruesome. But the only reason I could see someone with ill intent trying to use one of these, it would only be because like any other gun, it's an intimidation tool. I've seen
mm,
people rob people with an empty gun because it's an intimidation tool. You know,
yeah,
you can get intimidated by something like this, especially let's say someone has the proper product information and they're giving you product information on it. Man, this shoots a pepper spray like this, like that, and then it'll engulf you with 6 feet of pepper spray. You better not move and da da da. It's intimidation. But at the
right,
end of the day, if they shoot, it's only gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna hurt as opposed to an actual projectile gun shooting going through you, breaking, vital organs, breaking bones, muscle tissue, the chances of you bleeding out, it's very different. you know
all right,
I don't see how, not that I don't see how, I wouldn't see the in general purpose of someone with ill intent to grab one of these tools to use it for something that it isn't
that's
gonna
malevolent.
it's not gonna suit their fancy. This is not a war tool. This is a a, a safety mechanism to haul off your attacker until you can get to a safer place or until the cavalry can arrive. Some type of backup, either it be law enforcement or maybe your own family. Like in my case, like I said, big shout out to San Pedro de Macorís. I don't ever remember calling cops for nothing in San Pedro. We always called family. And when
Yep.
family would show up, family would show out. Like it would be a problem.
Mm. All right. I'm going to ask you a question unrelated to, the home self defense.
Yeah.
During your time in the military, right? Have you ever encountered a person who was CIA in your lifetime?
I would say yeah.
All right. No, the
Never
reason
got
why I was
never got never got into a fight with them.
right. No, the
So
reason
I
why
don't
I
know.
was
I don't know. I don't know their hand to hand combat style. I don't know what hand to hand training they have, period.
all right. No, the
So
reason why I was the reason why I was asking is because there's this former CIA guy by the name of Andrew Bustamante, and he's talking about stuff that he knows or stuff that he experienced in his tenure during when he was in the CIA.
okay.
So it's very interesting. You gotta listen to him, except for me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I know the CIA, just like the FBI, they have certain gadgets and gizmos, you know, spy tech, if you will. You know, when people think spy tech, they think, just stuff to see stuff with, and it's not just that. Special type of binoculars, a special type of cufflinks, special types of pens, special types of belts. There's they have different types of gadgets and gizmos that certain people would think that it's one thing and it's actually another. You're seeing a pack of gum and it's actually a taser.
Wow.
You're seeing a lipstick and it's actually a 2-bullet shooter. You're
Yeah.
seeing a tape measure ruler and it's actually a hidden knife.
Wow.
It's so many different things.
Yep.
These trains, man.
Yeah. But other than that, how was the weather in New York? Because I think here in Philadelphia, New York, we kind of have the same weather.
I can't hear you, brother.
I was saying, like, how's the weather in New York? Because here in Philadelphia, I think that Philadelphia and New York sometimes get the same type of weather.
Right now it's kind of chippy. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's like 60 something degrees. I'm like, what
Yes.
happened to the sun today?
Yeah. It was like that today too. When I came to work, it was drizzling. It said, I know yesterday it rained, and then they said that tomorrow it's going to rain. So it feels like we like the April showers that we didn't get. That's what it feels like right now.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yep.
Yep, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. I'm just waiting on your cue, brother.
Yeah, you have a fifth product because I want to see it. All right. Next. All right. Next slide. Oh, nice.
Hey, before we get to that, I gotta do the quick breakdown of this. The number 4 is the Lancer Self Defense Hornet at 043 calibers home defense launcher. You can find this on Amazon as well. tinyurl.com, Senpai Pete 2, fastest way to get there. The starter kit, which includes once again the launcher, the pepper balls, rubber balls, and cartridges, comes out to $207.90. It includes 16 pepper balls at 43 calibers. It includes 8 rubber balls, 43 caliber, and 35 CO2 cartridges. 35 CO2 cartridges is a lot. It's a lot to begin, and at least with that, you could be good for a while. You know, it takes paintballs, rubber balls, metal balls, pepper balls, and also powdered. So this is a very strong launcher. And as you saw in the next slide, it's a pretty good looking launcher.
Yes, it is.
That's cute.
Yep.
It almost looks like gold, but you can definitely tell that it's orange. But
Exactly.
it's that looks amazing.
Yeah, it
I'm saying
does.
comes with 2 magazines for swapping. You could swap between paintball, pepper ball, metal, rubber, and powder. This is and also you could use this. You could take this with you. Concealed carry on the street, have it in your car, have it in your boat. Um, It doesn't have a sliding barrel, so you do not have to cock this. Even though it looks like a regular pistol that slides. This does not slide. Um, it's just like that, and the air takes over, and it just goes off. This is very, very useful. It has a safety, so it's not a problem per se. But like all tools of this caliber or magnitude, you still need to keep them either in a safety box or put a safety button in between the trigger. Um, if you're gonna have it in the house and there's kids around, if there's no kids around, this is a safe tool to put on a bookshelf anywhere you need it. Take the safety off. It's good to go. You're online, you're offline, you're in and out like a scout.
Right.
Right. This is the beauty. This is what it looks like. This is what the whole kit comes. The whole kit comes with all of these things. These are 16 pepper, it's 8 rubber. You got 35 CO2 cartridges and 2 magazines. So let the paintball wars begin.
Yep.
All right. Here are the specs. Brand is Lancer, a polymer body, so it doesn't weigh too much. Shouldn't weigh more than 2 pounds. The magazine only holds 4 rounds, which isn't too convenient, especially if it's a 43 caliber. It should take at least 6 or 7 rounds, but 4 rounds, that's the beauty of having another mag, so you could just quickly, in and out. 380 FPS muzzle velocity, so that this is hitting almost at the same amount of speed and force as the other one. It's like 32 joules, 36 joules. That's a heavy hit. That's a heavy hit. So even if you're shooting the rubber ones, it means business. It hurts. It hurts bad. It's not going to hit hard enough to go through the body, but it hits hard enough to let your body know, get out of there. You are not safe.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Effective range, got 30 meters, which is about 170 feet, 150 feet. That's very, very good. And yeah, those are the specs to that. Any questions?
Nah, you actually explained it. And I could actually say, very impressive.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're very good. And there's other ones, of course. There's even cheaper ones, but when you look at the specs, it's like a child's practice handgun or something. I'm like, nah, this is not good. I don't want a pepper ball launcher that can only launch up to 20 feet. What?
Yep. Wow.
I don't need that. I mean, hey, 20 feet is not a bad distance, but if you got to think about it though. The squares, the tiles normally on our floor are like about a foot long. It's like 12. It's a 12 by 12, 12 inches by 12 inches. It's a square foot. If you count 20 of those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it seems pretty decent as far as far range. But if you're shooting a pepper spray ball and it breaks that 6-foot cloud, there's only a 14-foot difference between here and there that if the wind blows, you're caught up in that cloud as well.
Yep.
Not necessarily the predicament you want to find yourself in. So, yes, I was looking at, when I was investigating on these tools, I was making sure we're looking at tools that have a good kickback. No recoil, just a good kickback to where it's launching it off up to 100 and something feet away, to where someone's coming and you can get them before they get into your proximity. Let them have it. Hit them with a pepper, hit them with 2 rubbers, hit them with a metal. They're gonna leave. that part of our brain that says survive is gonna kick in, and they're gonna run the other direction. Like, nope, we're not going that way.
I hear you.
All right. Which leads us to the fifth one for tonight. A more affordable option that comes with its own perks. This one's called the Pepperball Mobile Lightweight Personal Defense Launcher Kit. This you can take with you everywhere. You can take this everywhere. You can go into the post office with this. It literally looks like a flashlight. All right. You want to find this on Amazon. You could quickly find it by going to tinyurl.com, Senpai P3. The starter kit, if you want, just to get started, it's going to cost you around $157. The kit comes with 6 pepper balls, 12 plastic balls, and 100.68 caliber paintballs, and 3 CO2 cartridges. Wow. Now, the CO2 cartridges is probably low, but, you can buy more CO2 cartridges, and you can have enough CO2 cartridges to last you a year worth of war. But right now, with 3 CO2 cartridges, you're good to go for at least 3 months, 6 months. It's not like you're going to be launching or shooting every 5 seconds. So you should be good with that. The 100 paintballs, that's madness. I could see myself having 2 magazines, one with the pepper balls and one with the paintballs. Hit them with 1 pepper, hit them with 4 paintballs. They know not to get anywhere closer. Because ow means business. Ow, ow, ow.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yep, and this is what this beauty looks like right here.
Wow.
It literally looks like a flashlight. No one's ever expecting to get hit with a pepper ball with that.
Wow.
Hey, you. Hey, what's going on? Hey, put your flashlight down. I will in a second. Bah! Ah! Wow. Yeah, there you go. How you like me now? For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The paintballs are self-explanatory, obviously. There's 100 of them.
Yep.
That's good for whatever you want to do, practice, play in the yard. I would definitely try to get my practice on to where, I'm efficient. It's launching, and it's launching efficiently to where I want it to launch at. That's another beauty of these tools. You don't need to have perfect aim to operate these tools. As long as it hits anywhere close to the person, I personally, if it's non-lethal, and you're doing what you're doing, you could easily shoot one of these at somebody's foot, and when it pops and that pepper goes up, it's a wrap. You don't have to necessarily hit them in the shoulder with it, in the chest. You hit them by their feet. If they're standing next to a tree or trying to hide behind a tree, you still hit the tree. It's a 6-foot cloud all the way around. That's another reason why I wanted to talk about this, because who is to say that now that you're on the defensive, aggressive defensive, because there's a difference between submissive defensive, where you're trying to protect yourself and you're backing down slowly, trying to retreat, find an exit strategy, as opposed to being aggressive defensive, to now where you're not just being defensive, you're being offensive to the aggressor, but in a defensive manner because you want to protect yourself. You
Mhm.
know, here you are aggressively, fighting for your defense, and now the person is hiding behind stuff. Hiding behind this concrete pole or this concrete sign. I'm hiding behind this wall. I'm hiding behind a window. Anything that's an open space, if they're hiding behind something, you can still launch that pepper ball. And when it pops, that 6 foot circumference cloud going all the way around, it's going to catch them.
Mm.
And let me tell you something. When it's hard to breathe, it's hard to live. When it's hard to breathe, it's hard to escape. It's hard to fight. You know, you can easily be subdued by a regular dude, be put into submission because your lungs are literally burning and in pain that you can hardly breathe. You're not
Wow.
going to have the mental fortitude to be able to fight or struggle. You're going through
Mm.
something at the moment. So these pepper tools, these launchers, they have very good a very good follow up. Very good consistency. I in my investigation of these things, of course, I was reading the comments and the buyers' reviews. You know, most people that know about self defense, upon opening the package, they were immediately happy. And most new people that don't know too much or have no practice or no training, saw it as a difficult thing to use. Others saw it as something that's not too convenient for use. But the truth of the matter is, they're very practical. They're very useful. They can be dangerous. They can be lethal if used improperly.
All right.
Training is a must, like all things. When you have a pepper launcher, you want to train to shoot around the areas of the shoulder, the chest, the stomach, and the legs, or maybe the buttocks, or maybe the feet. But you do not want to shoot anybody in their hand, finger, ear, eye, in the throat. You don't want to shoot them in private areas because
Right.
the kinetic energy of these things will really burst those kind of organs, and it'll hurt way tremendously a lot.
Wow.
Um, and in most cases, let's say you're using a metal ball and it's shooting out at 36 joules. If you pop someone's finger off their hand, even though it was self-defense, they can still press charges on you. So that's something that you wanna make sure you want to avoid.
All
You know,
right.
you want to train in aiming towards places of the body that are meaty portions of the body, so that if it hits, it doesn't affect vital organs. It hurts the person, and they want to stop their assault, and that's what you want. You want them to leave, not leave and
Yeah.
end up pressing you on charges.
Right.
So that's pretty much my part of the presentation for tonight. On
It's a
the
it was a great presentation. I learned a lot.
Thank you, brother. Like I was saying, I literally had a very hectic week, and
Hey.
I was supposed to start this project last Friday, and I didn't have the time here or there to get to it. I
All
literally
right.
got to this project this afternoon, like at 4 o'clock. I got to my
Gotcha.
laptop and I started working on it. And
Hmm.
this is actually my first presentation that I do using Google Slides.
Nice.
You know,
I'm thinking about using Google Slides like for future endeavors and everything like that. I think
yeah,
because this is what I'm thinking. I want to go, and I know that in my old computer, I'm the only one in the United States that has this photo. It's of Vaquero, the late Freddie Goldman, because there was a picture that um uh what's his name, Big Daddy went up and sent me back in the day. So
Good people. Shout out to
yeah,
Big Daddy Yo.
yeah, 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 yeah. Shout out to Big Daddy Yo. I mean,
Cariñosamente Bicosí de San Pedro.
yes he
Cariñosamente
is.
because he gets upset when he gets called that, but cariñosamente Bicosí de San Pedro.
Yeah.
That's my guy, man. I remember meeting up with him a lot of times por la Escuela Puerto Rico allá en San Pedro. And you know, he would tell me like, you know, God offers us a lot of roads and we need to learn how to walk them and figure them out ourselves. And I was like, I mean, tell me your experience. And he would tell me like, man, yo fui limpiabota, yo fui esto, yo fui lo otro, cobrador de guagua, yo hice esto. Like he's done worked 40, 50 different types of jobs in San Pedro, you know, done gone to jail and everything. And he's like,
Yeah.
yo, God saved me. God saved me from so many things, you know, and
Yeah.
it's amazing to hear his testimony. His testimony is amazing. And then
Yes it is.
his son
His
becoming
son's in
a
the major.
baseball player and all that good
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you a little story about the son, right? Because his son Dennis, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I was like, when it was. This is what was funny. My mother, she knew an older lady by the name of Eridania. So in the house that Big Daddy was living in at the time was really near where my mom's at in Calle Trinitaria. So
About
so
4 or 5 blocks away, something like that.
yeah. So yeah, because you know you got that big comadon before you actually passed his house.
I know the whole area by heart, so I
Yeah,
know for a fact.
I know you do.
I know for a fact.
It was funny, right? And this was like my introduction to Dominican culture. Now, well, San Pedro culture, by the way. I was 16 and I didn't know English for crap, right? Not English, I mean Spanish for crap.
Spanish.
Yeah. So I went to I was 16 at the time. So I see a younger female that I think that she was my age. I try to say hi, whatever, and I'm dead serious. The father who was the owner of the Comado went up and came at me with the machete. I was like, yo. Now just thinking about it, I was like, yo, that's an introduction. Dominican men don't play about their daughters. I
Oh
still
man,
remember it to this day.
you're talking about the colmadón that was on the corner of you know, if you take that block straight up, you go to 714. But if you go to the right, if you go to the left, you go to Escuela Puerto Rico, Jose
Yep.
Limaldo, and all that other stuff. Yeah,
And
right in that
then
corner.
yeah, like near the Guaraguao.
That's exactly what it's called. The corner of the
Yeah.
Guaraguao. Yes, that whole place there becomes a river when it rains.
Yes.
That whole spot becomes a river from there all the way into El Toconal, all the way up to La Calle 20. It becomes a river.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. And Guaraguao. Wow, I haven't heard that word in a while.
Yeah.
But that's exactly the corner. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 7 different ways. 7 different
Yep.
ways. You can go this way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way. It's 7 different ways. Like Quina del Guaraguao.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and the Humbo, I could tell you that it's bigger than ever. Because remember when the Humboldt was like, okay, it was smaller. The last time I went out there was like 2019. It got bigger from what I remember. From some computers and everything.
I mean, I used to go to Compo Centro Plaza right there, and 2 blocks away from Big Daddy Yo, and that's where I met Carlos de Leon, Carlito de Leon, and
Hmm.
the De Leon family. Those people are prestige.
Yeah,
Those people are prestige. Um, while going to Compo Centro, I also met a lot of other people. You know, I met the brother that was the owner of Compraventa Pepe.
mm,
And Pepe was an amazing man. You know what I'm saying? And crazy. It's just crazy.
yeah,
Anyway, good times, man. I miss San Pedro. Good times. Good
yeah.
times
When
and bad times, but I miss the good times.
I
Don't
miss the
miss the
good
bad
times
times.
too. I mean, it was funny because that lawyer that I was talking about, I was actually asking a cousin of mine. They said that lawyer passed away, and I was like, dag, and I didn't even get his real name. But my my aunt was like his godmother, and they say he passed away. And I've been trying to find out what this guy's real name was. He was a lawyer that lived like, all right. You know where the Pitufina used to be at. You know that pizza shop. It's like right pat. It's like when you go to the back end of the Malecon. That's where he
Okay.
lived at.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, dag.
Rio Piedra.
Yeah,
Yeah, La Piedra. That's what it's called. Not not Playa Muerto, because Playa Muerto's towards the other side, towards Howard Johnson. You're going towards the
yeah,
left to the back, como quien va pa, yeah, that's called La Piedra, Barrio La Piedra.
yeah,
Bless you.
yeah. It was around there when I was a kid, and the guy that everybody used to say that he was like a good lawyer and everything like that, but I didn't get his real name. That joint always escaped me. They always knew him by Poro. They call him Papi Long. So that's the only name that I knew this man from. So and and the thing is though, I don't know if they say that he passed away, but I don't know what this man's real name to this day.
I could find out. I could figure it out. I'll find out. 'Cause,
All right.
San Pedro is
It's very
everybody
small, but
knows
it's very
everybody in San
much.
Pedro, so it's hard. It's hard, And once you have an apodo, Papilon, like there's not a lot of Papilons in San Pedro.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a common San Pedro nickname. So when I say el abogado Papilon, they're gonna know who I'm talking about. They might not know his real name, but they'll probably be able to point me to someone who does, and that's how the ball will start rolling.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was. I just remember when I was a kid, and I was just playing and everything. I used to actually ask my mother. Well, my aunt, she passed when I was just actually becoming a teenager. So it's always had that memory, and I was like, yo, whatever happened to that guy? So it's just a curiosity.
Yeah, I hear you. lo sabe.
Yeah.
Man, I have
You know,
to.
I was talking to I was talking to Francis the other day. He's doing good.
Francie, light skin.
Belliati. Belliati. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to play Nintendo with him when he was a kid.
Francis Belliard?
Yeah, I used to. They used to live right there. There's another little parquecito that's right before la calle 20,
All right.
right? And Proviterio used to live in the corner. Then it was Dario. Then it was Cesar. Then there was a corner store, and then when you go around, it was Francie's mom who used to make. She used to make cakes and stuff.
Right.
All right, and then after her was America, and then around the corner was Pepe and his uncle that he was a satre. You know what I'm saying? That's the corner of where the Solar used to be at. You know what I'm saying? This is all El Toconal. This is a few blocks before going to Calle 20. So Francie era un chamaquito when I was a chamaquito. He was way younger than me. I remember playing Nintendo with him as a little kid. He was a little kid. You know, across the street from them, vivía Luis Mercedes, el pelotero.
Right.
All right. So I know all these people, bro. Like this was my walking area when I was over there.
Yo, quick question. Did you know anybody in Punta Pescadores?
Yeah, of course. There's bros over there too.
Yeah, all right. Now, one thing I gotta ask: did you know an old man by the name of Luis?
Luis. Okay, Luis what? Luis el Topo, Luis Luis Pecador, Luis el Motoconcho. There's a few Luis.
All right, well, the Luis I'm talking about, he passed in like around 2012. And he had a lot of fun. And, you know, I have to go show a picture of him.
You say he had what? A lot of fish?
Not, I mean, he had a lot of he had a lot of family, but you know, everybody knew him, and then you know, from down the line and everything like that. So you know, that guy was that was my dad's older brother.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't have like a younger picture of him.
Well, any picture you have will suffice, because you know most people, especially in San Pedro, we don't age wrong. You know, we normally look the same way we look when we were young, just older now.
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to get this picture.
All right, brother. I'm gonna have to step out real quick. Are you gonna stay on? Are you gonna stay on any longer?
All right.
Question: Are you gonna stay on?
I think I might just have to do the same because you know. No, I'm not, because you know I guess I have to go to work tomorrow and everything like that. But on Friday, I'm gonna actually show you the picture. All right.
I mean, you can send it to me through WhatsApp. Send it to me through WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's what. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, my brother. So us for now. Blessings to everyone.
Us.
I hope everyone enjoyed the show. Next week, another presentation, another theme. And until next time, hiya.
Hiya. Well, that's all, folks. Tune in for Friday, Historias Urbanas con Armando.